Hey Optimancers, Chris here. Been looking at the character building options in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft and making some quick videos about each of those options. I've already looked at both subclasses in the book and 2 out of the 3 lineages, so today we're going to take a look at the final lineage, the Reborn. So, your character was once dead, and then that changed, and now you're reborn. This lineage could be gained from a raise dead spell gone wrong, some kind of process like Frankenstein's monster, or some other half-living, half-dead entity. As with all the lineages, we can choose this at character creation, or we can become a reborn during gameplay, at which point we cease to be our original racial choice. So what happens if your dwarf character is changed into a reborn? Well, first of all, we look at the base rules for lineages. Firstly, we're going to replace our existing racial ability score bonuses with a +2 and a +1, which you can place wherever you like. For the most part, this is probably not going to change most characters' ability scores at all. However, if either your racial ability score bonuses are not where you like them, or you didn't start with the most common +2, +1, this could result in some ability score changes. For example, if we are a dwarf, we may have started with +2, +2, which means we would actually lose 1 from an ability score. Secondly, you're going to lose most of your existing racial features. You keep any skill proficiencies gained through your race, any languages your character had, and movement modes and speeds of your initial race. And everything else gets replaced by the features of the Reborn. Again, this isn't something as players we can really optimize, since the decision to change a character into Reborn isn't going to be a choice we normally make. Though I could maybe see a DM option here if a player character dies and there's no easy way to bring them back through resurrection. Then, as a DM, you could potentially have some kind of interaction occur that allows them to rise as Reborn. That might be something that your player is interested in to maintain their character. Though, if we choose to play a Reborn at character creation, this is what we get. First, our creature type is humanoid. This is technically maybe better than being undead, since as undead we could be turned, for example, and there may have been some other interaction issues as well. But I have to say, it would have been more interesting, I think, if you got to be undead. Your size is small or medium, and you choose that size when you gain the lineage. Strangely, this does include if you gain the lineage after character creation, meaning our dwarf could become small-sized. Our walking speed is 30 feet, so that's pretty standard. We also gain the feature Knowledge from a Past Life. This one allows us to add a d6 to an ability check using a skill after we roll the check. We can do this a number of times equal to our proficiency bonus per long rest. This is okay. Certainly I could see it coming up for any skill roll, but since it's limited to rolls using skills, we can't use it for things like initiative or dispel magic checks or counterspell checks, telekinesis, or those kinds of ability checks. Overall, this is okay, but it's not amazing. Finally, we get Deathless Nature, which involves a number of features. First, we get advantage on saving throws versus disease, which does not come up very often. Advantage on saving throws versus poison, which is much more common, and resistance to poison damage, which is a nice benefit that will absolutely come up. Secondly, we're going to have advantage on death saving throws. This one, it's pretty good and fairly unique. It turns that dreaded 1 on a death save from a 5% chance to less than 0.5% chance. In D&D, characters go down. They make death saving throws. And normally someone is around to heal them or at least stabilize them, but not always on the first round, sometimes not even on the second round. So this insurance, it's not bad at all. It may not come up a lot, but it literally could be a lifesaver. Then, we don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. I personally find these factors don't come up a lot during gameplay, but they do come up once in a while. Finally, you don't sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep, and you can finish a long rest in 4 hours. This is very similar to the Elf Trance feature, which is an okay ability. So Deathless Nature, overall, isn't bad. Poison resistance is probably the standout, and the death save advantage is the most unique, but most of these features can already be seen on other races. Mechanically, this is not a bad replacement for the existing races. Though I will say I think it's probably the least exciting of the new lineages in my opinion, or the least interesting mechanically. There's nothing wrong with it, and mechanically it does stack up. It just doesn't have any feature that's jumping off the page that's going to make you feel mechanically that much different than the existing races. So that's the Reborn lineage. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, until next time, I'm going to sit back, relax, and have some fun. D&D is for everyone. Thanks everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.